One thing about the human body is that the mind is very powerful. And as we go through our lives, one of the things we learn is that there is such a thing as a stimulus response, or things that happen to us which cause us to create a reaction. A lot of times that may be something as simple as feeling hot and wanting to turn on the fan, or feeling hungry or thirsty and needing to have some sort of satiety. This, of course, results from various chemicals that are released in the body and hormones, and it causes these emotional reactions in our body, including fear, the need to be satisfied when we're hungry, and of course, even sexual desire. But what man has started to learn is that you can control these desires and these emotions and these reactions, or put a stop on the stimulus response to allow yourself to not be overwhelmed. If you want proof of that, you can easily turn to Buddhist monks who for hours meditate in silence, or even these persons that they call superhumans who are able to withstand cold temperatures even by sitting there and not feeling that temperature. But it is also an important lesson when we think about various things in our lives which may cause us to do wrong. Let's turn to the first thing we want to look at, which is pride. Pride, they say, is probably the most important of the deadly sins, if you would call it that, because it is usually the precursor to all of the other sins, which cause us to be disobedient to the law of God. The original sin, of course, was Adam and Eve eating of the fruit of the tree of good and evil, which they should not have, which was a disobedient state to God. But what happened before that was the devil himself, in his own pride, saying that he would ascend to the heavens like the Most High, and himself thinking that he can be like God. So how do we start to cut short these thoughts of pride and haughtiness? It says in the Bible that pride comes before a fall. And of course, if we were to remember who we are, our identity in Christ as beings who are created and allowed to have our own free will, we will realize that we're able to do a lot of things, but only through the grace of God.